They just revealed the biggest vehicle rebalance in World of Tanks history, where they rebalanced legit hundreds of vehicles. For example, 33 tier 10s alone. How many tier 9s, for example? On the top of that, 68 tier 9 vehicles as well, plus premium vehicles, plus they made the deck tree easier, less clutter, more gameplay, stock grind easier, and all those things. And we are going to take a look at that in this video. For example, FCM50T, guys, is getting a rebalance after I do not even know how many years, right? So FCM50T as well. So there is a lot to look at. I want to dive into it deep over here in this video, and I would like to hear your opinion on this as well. So prepare for a long video. At first though, let's quickly take a look at this 4-minute 32-second trailer over here about vehicle rebalance, and then we're going to dive deeper into the action. Let's see, maybe they reveal something else over here. I have not seen it yet.
World of Tanks 2.0 isn't just an update introducing a new tier. It's an extensive array of changes, and at its core is a big rebalance.
All right.
Adjustments have been made to almost every vehicle roster. Hundreds of vehicles. The characteristics of all the vehicles you see have been improved.
Massive.
Some of the changes are related to the expansion of vehicle tiers, but most of them have been needed for a while, and Update 2.0 was the time to make them. In this
So some of them have been rebalanced because of the overall change of the game base and whatnot, but as they said, some of them have been waiting for them for some rebalance, some love for years.
Video will cover the main changes, while the full list is available on the game portal.
Let's see.
We've made researching vehicle branches more enjoyable and added more freedom of choice. From Tier 1 to Tier 11, choose any branch and advance through it with your gun held high. All the vehicles along the way will be playable as soon as you purchase them. In several recent rebalances, we removed outdated stock modules, introduced new ones, and improved those that remained. This approach proved effective, so we've now applied it to all tech tree branches. The stock
I do agree with this, by the way. I do agree with this. Like, many times, you know, going back over here, there was just so many useless gun options. Yes, there are some rare cases where some vehicles had like funny terp guns to play with. I do understand, you know, it sucks losing those, let's say, like a little bit fun options as well, but you in all honesty didn't need so many gun options or radios, or like, it was absolutely useless, you know, to be fair over here, absolutely useless. So overall, I really like this. You know, some rare cases where they could have kept some of the terp guns, for example, would have been nice, but you know, overall,
the stock configurations
I like
of hundreds of vehicles have been improved. The top configuration will remain the best option, but the gap between different setups is now significantly reduced. That means you can enjoy researching new branches even more as you make your way to Tier 11.
That's also good.
What's
Less
more,
pain.
Every branch will now be easier and faster to progress through thanks to systemic module adjustments. Suspension load capacity has been removed for all vehicles. Now, the suspension only affects your vehicle's behavior in battle and no longer restricts you from mounting other modules. Different suspensions on the same vehicle no longer affect its crossing capacity. All researchable vehicles have had their stock radios removed. Now it's one tank, one radio.
Also good.
You won't have to spend valuable XP on modules that barely offer any efficiency boost. Every module matters. But we're not stopping there. Many vehicles, including Tier 10s, have received improvements to their top configurations. Most of the changes are small and precise, but there's one big exception. Players have been asking for it for a long time, and now its time has come. The Type 5 Heavy has had its frontal armor reworked. Now, its survivability will better match its super heavy role. Its 140mm gun has been removed. and its main and now only 150mm gun combines the best of both. It's now
Really?
more accurate and fires AP shells, while HE shells take on their usual role as the third shell. Targeted changes have also improved a number of mid-tier vehicles. Some of the more powerful ones have been toned down, a necessary step when you need to fine-tune balance across all vehicles. Light tanks deserve a special mention. Several scouts have been improved in the areas they needed it most. While all
Oh, the good old bulldozer. We're gonna take a look what they did.
researchable light tanks from mid to high tiers have received a significant boost to their hit points.
That I'm still not sure about though.
This will let light tanks perform their scout duties longer without turning them into competitors against medium tanks. Work on premium vehicles continues. This update has seen several out-of-date premium vehicles improved, such as the FCM 50T. Even better, they've all become more affordable. In Update 2.0, the price of all Tier 8 and 9 premium vehicles will be reduced. Tier 9 premiums also earn more credits. This will compensate for expenses on ammo and repairs, which are higher than at Tier 8. These hundreds of adjustments make every branch more enjoyable to research, and your climb to the top more confident. This rebalance will work in tandem with the improved matchmaker to improve the quality of battles on all fronts. See you on the battlefield.
All right, so all premium vehicle price has been dropped, which, you know, it's a good thing, especially if you are looking for vehicles to pick up and you do not have too big of a roster. The price being lower than before also means, you know, less compensation from loot boxes, for example. But, you know, it is lower for all across the board. If we are talking about the trade-in as well, you trade in your vehicles for less gold, but also at the same time, the vehicle you want to get is also cheaper. So I would say that's like 0% change over there. Depends on the prices, of course, how much the most expensive vehicles are dropping. Is this percentage based or not? You know, we'll have to wait and see. But especially for newer players, this is a very welcoming change, right? So this was the video, guys. They mentioned the Type 5. We're gonna dive into it. Okay, so we're gonna dive into it. Massive scope, stronger from the start. So stock grind made better. Which is also welcoming, I would say, because we have a lot of tech, there is a lot of vehicles to grind, and if you have to go through the stock pain like too much, you know, it just gets boring and tires you out, or fatigue comes in, the stock grind fatigue comes in, where you're not able to do much, right? Light tanks reinvented, more HP without losing stealth or speed. Like this, I'm not super sure about, honestly. They said that they can scout for longer. You know, the problem with that, adding some extra hit points, if the light tank is playing like Suicide Scout anyway, it absolutely does not matter. This will help very, very good light tank players, I would say even more, and very strong light tanks even more. There are some very good ones, you know, like AMX 13, 105, that on a bad scouting map you can turn yourself into a medium tank with gun handling, damage dealing build, or EBR, or Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, for example, you know. Tanks which can turn themselves into a bloody medium tank and still do a lot of damage. That way, refreshed premium vehicles, that definitely is a good thing to breathe some life into the old vehicles. So let's go over them, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go over some more interesting stuff over here. From tier 10, 1-1, getting reload time buff, you know, a little bit, but aiming time as well at the same time. Once again, definitely going to bring this tank up a bit. This is not crazy, but the aim time, I would say the aim time is even more important over here. This reload time difference is very, very minor. It's like a directive difference over here, using directive or not, the difference over here, but the aim time Even that 0.2 seconds, guys, that's actually quite helpful. Now, WZ132.1, I really wanted to see what to do to this tank, because when tier 10 light tanks were released at first, this was my favorite tier 10 light tank to play with. But after CVS, after the low noise exhaust, after all those things were introduced, well, this tank, of course, fell into the absolute gutter, because AMX 1305, T100LT, Manticore, you know, all those guys were just so much better at scouting, passive scouting, active scouting, and everything. So let's see, top speed, extra 5 kilometers per hour up to 70, big, this is definitely big. Dispersion on hull and moving minus 14%, once again, very big. Traverse speed from 50 to 60, like, I didn't see the traverse speed being the biggest problem, but it's a buff. Vehicle durability, extra 200 hit points. Reload time, that's quite a extra reload time buff as well. Accuracy buff and aim time buff. Okay, so this nothing over here made this vehicle better scout. Actually, we don't have any single thing. Maybe the top speed, you know, maybe the top speed over here made this tank a little bit better scout, helping to get into some of the positions faster. But we're going to see what to do to the other light tanks as well. But this is like more bigger buff for verse scouting maps or path scouting maps where you have to use your gun as well. So yeah, you know, maybe view range, maybe camo boost over here would have helped this tank as well compared to the other light tanks, but I take this as well. You know, at least on the bad scouting map now you are more dominating for sure. 5A gets extra engine power, so moving faster. Absolutely fine by me. TVP getting buffed, moving faster, and also extra hit points. I see those things as simply buffing for tier 11 tanks. For the extra balance. VZ's a single shotgun, by the way. This is a single shotgun, got buffed. Yeah, overall it got buffed. The reload time is nerfed. Aiming time is better. That's a nice buff to the aiming time. And also alpha damage increased, which, by the way, if I did the first calculation, it should be a little tiny bit better DPM now with this alpha, even though they lowered the reload time. Like 50 DPM points difference or something like that. The Szakal, let's see. Vehicle durability, extra 250 hit points, but at the same time, reload time nerfed. Ammo capacity nerfed. Shells in the mag nerfed. But damage increased. Okay, so everything else on the gun was nerfed, but the damage was increased by 4 damage points. I mean, in all honesty, that's not gonna do much to the Szakal itself. It still is going to be a fun tank. Like, the Szakal is a vehicle right now in the game where it's not the most competitive light tank. If you're a very good player, you can still make it extremely competitive, but it's hella fun tank to play with. And I'm absolutely fine with this, I would say. But yeah, interesting, you know, approach by them to do it like that, to just increase the alpha, but nerf absolutely everything else. What when it comes to the firepower, like raw firepower damage, and then shells in the mag and so on. All right, the Szakal, we have AMX 50B, dispersion during movement, traverse speed, and also extra engine power, so faster and better, slightly better gun handling. 50B, by the way, is the, compared to D57, for example, is already like the better gun handling autoloader, but it has basically no armor in the turret, so it is still going to be very tricky tank to play with. you know, nothing crazy done over here, but this is one of the tanks that leads you into a tier 11 tank, for example. And then the AMX M4 MLA54's small 120 mil gun got buffed quite a lot, actually. Dispersion on turret traverse, big buff over here, massive aim time buff from 1.8 down to 1.5 is actually quite massive. Also accuracy and premium shell pen as well. Extra 10 millimeters for that. Okay. So this is the first set of buffs over here. Somewhere directly aimed to improved vehicle performance, but somewhere just because of the introduction of tier 10s. AMX only gets that, absolutely fine, because everybody else gets it. AMX durability is also increased. This tank doesn't need any gun handling or any gun stats, in my opinion. It's very good already. EBR, if anything, it should receive like some punishments to the wheels, like hitting wheels is also equaling damage or making it even slower, because this thing is simply ridiculous in its own league. Turret rapid mode. Wait, what? Okay, so they just list two different modes over here. Extra hit points, so it can boom and zoom. Maybe one extra shot over here. Mouse, extra engine power. Okay, up to almost 2000 horsepower. So acceleration climbing is going to be better, like roughly 10%, over 10% increasement over here. E50M hull frontal armor, I guess the upper classes, engine power improved, and rear DPM buffed as well on E50M. Oh la la, I love this tank. Okay. Gorilla traverse speed. Traverse speed. I really want to see the terrain resistance upgrade on Gorilla 15 as well, especially when I played with the DBV and compared it to Gorilla 15. Gorilla 15's soft terrain resistance is just out from this world bad, for example. Maybe that could have helped it as well when it comes to the mobility, but you know, this is also welcoming. Rheinmetall, I guess, only HP buff, if not any nerfs, so we can predict that. The Progetto, come on, Wargaming, you have to nerf Progetto again. It has been, how many batches, guys? How many batches has it been since Progetto nerf? Let's see. Unlucky, guys. Progetto actually getting buffed over here. Dispersion during movement. Okay, that's big buff. That is big buff. So basically they are going back, and also aiming time buffed over here, and dispersion after firing. Okay, so gun handling wise, we are kind of getting back the older versions of the Progetto 65. All right, no nerfs, sadly, guys, sadly. It was kind of a tradition already, you know, nerfing Progetto every batch. Traverse speed on STB, kind of meaningless, honestly. Dispersion on turret traverse. Turret traverse, okay, 27 buff. Yeah, STB is fine, I would say, as it is right now as well, in my humble opinion at least. Like, once again, let me know what you think about that. Type 5, let's take a look. Oi. Type 5 is getting some big love over here. So, hull frontal armor from 270 up to 310. Yeah. Angled wiggling type 5 equals even more bounces now, actually. Turret from 280 up to 315, but rear armor nerfed down to 170. Yeah, this is also going to help wiggling, getting like perfect angle. You can't give it too much angle because then you reveal the side weakness over here. Okay, this is, let's say, more from longer range snipes. It helps you to bounce more, of course, because of the penetration drop off as well on some shells. Reload time, so they removed the 14 centimeter one, which was so far the more competitive gun, but they buffed the big gun, and they buffed all the key stats over here. Reload time, accuracy a lot, but it's still, you know, it's still in the Terp nation, let's say. Aim time buff, dispersion turret traverse, minus 36%. Ammo capacity. I don't think, like, okay, that's nice, but I don't think 40 shells and running out of those shells was a problem over here. HE to AP, HE to AP, and AP to HE. 700 damage, and HE up to 1100 damage. Penetration, standard AP 257, premium 290, and HE 130. Okay, this is still solid 130 penetration, but it is not the high 190 or whatever it had, right? Yeah, 192. If I remember correctly, if I'm looking stuff over here correctly. Velocities, AP buffed up to 900, HE 750. Okay, so the gun, nerfing the alpha as well from 900, or the AP was 680, so basically the AP got buffed to 700. Okay. The main thing over here, of course, is the armoring. No buffs to the mobility, right? No buffs to the mobility. Okay, so type 5. Looking forward testing this tank out for sure. I did 3 mark it like just a couple months ago, 2 months ago, I would say so. And I gotta be honest, like I actually kind of enjoyed it. I don't know. Sometimes I'm weird like that. I enjoy some weird tanks, even in the old form. But I was playing it with the small gun that he removed, which I'm a little bit sad about. Let's see, 60 DP, damage radius. Okay. Okay. About this change over here, I feel like they simply wanted to get the numbers high. Okay, we need something to the 60 DP as well. Is anyone ever going to feel that? You tell me. Ground 1, penetration upgrades over here, velocity upgrades as well, all aboard. The buffs over here, heat velocity, that's actually very significant. APCR as well. That's nice. Makes the shell fly faster and more straight, let's say. STRV, extra engine power. Extra engine power. Wow. That tank is going to be like a rabbit now. Skunk, extra engine power. Badger, traverse speed. Engine power. So it seems like the theme out here is to make everything not faster top speed wise, but just better mobility. With better acceleration, better hill climbing, and then so on. Concept number 5. Okay, I absolutely hate this tank. I don't know. Okay, they're going to make the accuracy better. Maybe this is going to help it, because I tried to play it and I just couldn't understand. I had the improved aiming unit as well. I couldn't understand how on paper this tank can be so accurate, and on the battlefield it can be terpier than KV2 many times. So dispersion upgrade over here. Damage buff as well. And what do we have? Penetration also. And damage radius, HE damage radius. Okay, so this is the biggest key thing over here, I would say so. Manti, I guess only HE. And oh, I see ammo rack capacity as well. Alright, I can see that being very useful. I can see that being very, very useful on Manti, especially on maps where you need to shoot more. I have run out of ammunition on Manti too many times to even count. Baton, a lot better dispersion. On movement, on hull traverse, we have traverse speed upgrade over here. This is on chassis, right? Dispersion on turret traverse and after firing, okay. Big upgrades, big buffs to the dispersion. It's basically like a bond stabilizer, let's say, worth of stabilization buffs over here. D57 heavy, extra engine power, more shells, alright. So faster and can be more, how do you say that? Can be more, there is a word for that, you know, splurgy with the shells. Sheridan, a big list of changes, but mainly for the shells as well. So Sheridan top reverse speed, vehicle durability. This is the derp gun buff, derp gun upgrade over here. Aim speed, dispersion on turret reverse, massive, minus 43%. So derp Sheridan actually maybe reliable. Heat shell is lower toe. Penetration buffed big time on the heat. HE penetration lowered. What do we have? Velocity is improved. Extra credits. And damage radius lowered. Okay, so damage radius lowered. IS-4, I guess the extra power and shells as well. That's also very welcoming on a heavy tank, especially 30 shells simply did not make sense. IS-7, extra pen on premium round, up to 310. Very minor thing, but, you know, can help sometimes maybe. 140, big engine upgrade. Extra 50 hit points. Turret, that's also nice. Boost to the 140. 140 was already like kinda nice tank, but now it's even more DPM and better aim time. So gun handling and firepower improved with extra alpha damage. Ooh, and heat velocity as well. Heat pen up to 340. That seems to be aimed towards like tier 11s for sure. 340 heat pen. That's on the par with some higher heat penetrations over there. So big buffs to 140. 140 definitely is going to be back in action at full time, ladies and gentlemen. 430U. Extra engine power. Minor, very minor. Less than 10% engine power boost right over here. And we have the Jillin as well. I guess they did the same as with 5A. Right. Okay, so this was the list of tier 10 buffs. So we're here. Let's just take a look at some of the more interesting ones. Whoa. So this is stock. This is stock chassis, right? This is the stock suspension or what? Stock grind feather. The range resistance has been improved. Extra engine power over here. Extra engine power on the top engine. So stock grind is going to be better. Vehicle durability on both turrets have been increased. On the 120 gun, aiming time, big buff to that. Depression angle from 3 degrees up to 5.5 degrees gun depression. This was the one of the happiest tanks in the game, guys. This one right over here. It had no depression, you know. No depression, simply happiness, guys. The 100 mil gun was also boosted. What? I might want to try it out with the 100 mil gun now. Pen upgrades, right? But in most cases, you need to spam premium rounds though. But reload time from Polaris 7.6 seconds down to 5.2. That might be actually one of the craziest reload time buffs out there. Like this one got even more, but this is the bigger upgrade, right? On the top turret. This is the top turret. Okay, I see. If I'm not mistaken. That actually could be something I would like to test out. Also, aim time, big, massive aim time buff, and also dispersion at 100 meters, big buff. Okay, very interesting. That tier 9. Like, I am not only thinking about tier 11s coming into the game. I would love to jump into some older tier 9 vehicles as well. Once again, stock grind made a lot better. The extra depression, 1 degrees gun depression angle over here on the 1-4. Big moves on the accuracy on 122 D25T gun right over here. Vehicle durability increased as well. Engine power increased as well. Like this one, Double Z 132A. That was quite a shiter, let's say, of a vehicle. Same treatment as with the Tier 10 one. The Top Gun has been made just more punchy, let's say. No changes to the scouting abilities over here. This is super strong tank already. This was super strong tank already, and they are actually going to nerf it. They are actually going to nerf this one. This Tier 9 is absolutely monster. Heat nerfed as well from 395 down to 350. Dispersion on turret reverse. Dispersion on turret reverse. On Contriver, I guess, right? Giga nerf. Reload time as well. Quite a big nerf. But the 130 gun got actually buffed a little bit. We have the engine power upgrade as well on this engine, which is not the top engine, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Skoda D50, already very, very good tank. Let's see what they did. Reload time. They added the shells. Okay, so they made the other guns autoloaders as well. Yeah, they made the other guns autoloaders as well on Skoda. So all the guns over there are now autoloading guns. On the top of that, extra hit points, extra engine power. This is a top-notch tank, guys. I recommend. Let's see, what else? Shelma. I guess the same treatment as with the Szakal. Extra damage, just lowered everything else. Okay. What else interesting we have over here? This one, I guess, stock grind better and extra hit points. Reload time. This is the 90 mil gun. Reload time. Bedouin shells increased, but the overall reload time decreased. MX. This is a massive list, guys. Let's see, artillery. Buff? Oh yeah, this is like almost every single arty got the rain resistance buffs over here. Just to move faster towards the lake, guys. EBR. I would love to see only nerfs on EBRs. Doesn't matter, guys. You may love them. They are stupid either way. This tank already got buffed. Now vehicle durability nerfed a little bit. This is good. Like, this is good for every single slower tank. The range resistance. Again, same over here. G-Double Tiger, E75, let's say. Stock grind made better. Dispersion. Oh, they nerfed the drop gun, actually. They nerfed the drop gun's accuracy. Interesting. Was it really that accurate? I would not have done that. E75 is like my love, you know? Maybe I'm biased over here, but don't touch E75. Wargaming. Don't touch E75. Let's see, 12 second, 10.5 centimeter gun. Dispersion on turret reverse, but everything else is buffed. This is also kinda cool. Might give it a go. Vehicle durability increased. Let's see, Waffenträger. Stock grind made better. RU traverse speed. The rain resistance. That's nice. Motion. Motion is getting buffed. The rain resistance, engine power. From 1.3, the first engine from 1.3 up to 1.7. TB 603A1 engine up to 1850. Buffed over here. That's massive upgrade for Motion's engine power overall. And 100 extra hit points as well. Also on the top of that, 12.8 centimeter gun, 1 second faster reload, better accuracy, better aim time, more penetration across the board as well. Pretty crazy. Let's see what else. Type 4 heavy. Top reverse speed, frontal hull armor, up to 290. Extra engine power. 14 centimeter gun over here. Buffed. Aim time buffed. Dispersion turret reverse buffed. HE shell damage. AP shell velocity. HE velocity. And damage radius nerfed. Okay, so type 4 will be more pleasant grind into type 5, which is also better. The gun option is still questionable for me. Let's see what they did to the tortoise, for example. Emil 2, engine power, vehicle hit points. AV1195 engine had 420 horsepower only, now up to 480. Well, those are kind of small tanks as well, right? RT, same terrain resistance, and they removed one gun. Where's Tortoise? Tortoise is over here. So they said Tortoise is performing too good, and they buffed the terrain resistance numbers over here. They buffed that, but they nerfed the hit points, and they removed the 20-pounder gun. Nerfing the hit points, I don't think this is gonna affect the Tortoise at all. Like, absolutely nothing. This will not do anything to the Tortoise. If you thought Tortoise is too good, it will still be too good. That doesn't do much. Maybe in some rare cases, you're able to take one less shot. You know, every time right now when you survived with less than 150 hit points after receiving a hit, now you are going to be dead. You know, it is that case. You know, it can make a difference in some battles. It will for sure make a difference in some battles, but overall, I don't think this is going to affect my playstyle with Tortoise at least. Running hardening anyway, right? So D95, I guess this stock grind is just getting better. Yeah, 105 gun is buffed all across the board. 120 is buffed all across the board as well. But D95 is meant to be played with the big gun, of course. Let's see, anything else interesting over here? D49. Let's see, did they do something to the Terp gun? This is the 90 mil. 90 mil DPM is getting... okay, I was just about to say DPM is getting nerfed, but they're actually buffing the damage as well at the same time. So they nerfed the reload time a little bit, but they buffed the damage. This is how I like to play D49 actually. Like if I'm playing for more competitive action with the small gun, this can actually slap. But at the same time, what do we have on the peak gun? We have the Terp gun, dispersion buff, aim time, on turret reverse buffed, heat damage lowered, but pen values increased. So the HE is going to be the same damage, right? HE is shell penetration nerf though. Alright. Anything else interesting over here? I guess all those things are over here focused on the stock grind. 120 mil gun buffed. Okay, not over here. 0.39, aim time buff, accuracy, and DPM buff a little tiny bit, plus extra engine power. So everything is going to, let's say almost everything is going to be faster. on the battlefield. Whether it's a stock engine, whether it's a top engine, overall, it seems like almost everything is faster. View range, 430 is getting extra 10 meters. View range, this helps you with some of the setup. On some maps, you're not maybe forced to use coated optics if you want to spot for yourself as well. T54 lightweight, dispersion buff, engine power, hit points on V54 engine. All right, and then we have the premium vehicles, and we're going to take a look at the premium vehicles in a moment. Let's see the low tier artilleries as well, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see the low tier artilleries as well. Tier 5 arties, like the most annoying. That's a buff. Grilla. Wait, Grilla is getting buffed. The 15 centimeter gun at least is getting buffed. Grilla doesn't need buff, guys. Grilla tier 5 RT does not need any buffs. Doesn't matter which gun, it doesn't need a buff. Same goes to the Bishop, by the way. It doesn't need any buffs. And the Bishop's 4.5 inch gun is actually getting nerfed. Okay, so reload time improved. Sorry, not improved, but made worse. And also dispersion made worse as well. This is just such an annoying tank, man. Lower tier art is something I would imagine very hard to balance, but some things are just frustratingly annoying. Let's see tier 6 RT. Let's see tier 6 RT. What do we have? We have the MX M4. A little tiny nerf. A little tiny nerf to the firepower. Hummel, nothing. Bert with 25 pounder is going to be better. Reload down to 8.4. Dispersion better. Aim time better as well. M44. Nothing. Reload time. Nerfed on issue. On M44, nothing. M44 did get nerfs as well, right? Okay, so this was RT. Let's say there are 6 heavies who are going to play against it, right? Let's see VK. Are you buffing the hit points? 50 extra hit points. ARL. Turret ARL 44. 50 extra hit points. You can take half a shot from RT more. OY. Top forward speed on OY. Tier 6. Nerfed by 4.4 kilometers. Down to 25. Rear hull armor. Down to 50. On OY. M6. Engine power nerfed. Nerfed. Extra hit points. View range. Extra hit points. 90mm gun, let's see. Okay. It got all aboard nerfed. It got all aboard nerfed over here. I like the arrows. The arrows are up, nerf, up, nerf, up, nerf, up, nerf, down, nerf. Because they increased it, right? That's why. They increased and that made his stat worse. Same over here. Aim time, dispersion, reload time. Okay, M6 was like the god tier tank actually. In tier 6. Alright. So those were some of the lower tier tanks as well. Artillery. I was honestly looking forward to some more lower tier, just lower tier aimed RT rebalance. Nerf, to be honest with you, because I've played some tier 6, let's say, and the low tier RT over there can be so bloody annoying. Full list, I'm going to leave the link into the article where you can see in a specific way like tier 8s, heavies, mediums, what interests you, like let's say CS53, you can see what it did over here. just like that. This is, I really like how they did it, by the way. It's quite easy to check what they changed, what they did. This is something I would like to see them doing in the future as well with rebalancing patches. We went over the main things over here, I would say so. From tier 1 to tier 10, nothing left behind. Yeah, this is like actually monster rebalance. Some tanks like the 60 DP, I guess they just wanted to get the balance number up, because that matters absolutely nothing. Less clutter, more gameplay. I said I overall like that. There was no need to have just massive amount of modules, guns, which were more confusing to players than anything. Most of them were absolutely useless as well. Some rare cases where the gun they removed was actually somewhat meme, somewhat fun to play with. The scout longer contribute more. That's only if you know how to scout as well, actually. Doesn't change anything to the suicide scouts. Makes better players take sometimes, once again, maybe one extra hit. Premium vehicles improved. Let's take a look at the premium tanks as well. WZ111 and Alpine Tiger, those are the same vehicles. So what did they do? They buffed the engine power, reload time. You can see this over here. DPM buff, dispersion, aiming time, 2.8 down to 2.6. Dispersion during turret rotation. Okay, welcoming gun handling buffs. Looking forward to this. Honestly, I did not play those tanks for years simply because the gun, in my humble opinion, was simply put disgusting. FCM50T. Rebalance that I have been waiting for many years myself as well. I have said that before. I don't think I've said that in the video. I've said that in the stream. For example, this type of tanks, or those type of tanks, are always hard to balance because it's a big, heavy tank with no armor. How would you balance this, right? We got a lot better dispersion during movement and hull traverse, down to 0.16. Gun reload, so DPM is improved. This reload time is actually quite big buff. Extra seconds shaved off from this reload over here. Aim time better. Dispersion during turret rotation better. Dispersion after firing better. You know, after firing that doesn't matter much, but yeah. Overall, like this type of gun. Also, we do not see AMX CDC over here. CDC and FCM50T I would treat the same way. I was even thinking about giving those tanks like double shot auto loader or something like that, especially on CDC, because that thing is absolutely made out of paper, like double shot auto loader. What do you say about that? Just like Borask, you know, not on the like those tanks can't be Borask level because of the size and then the stuff like that. But what would you say about that? Or too many autoloaders already, or that so-called too many autoloaders already boat has sailed long time ago. But you know, definitely this is welcoming, helpful. This will definitely help higher skilled players to make this tank work better. I will definitely take it out for a spin as well. Then the Mutz, those tanks are all the same, right? Yeah, those are all the same. The Panzer 58, this Panzer and Mutz as well, they're all the same, getting extra 50 top speed, extra 100 horsepower engine, and extra 50 alpha damage as well, or 30 on the high explosive. Gun was okay already. This still has no armor whatsoever, but you know, not all the tanks need armor. Don't have to have a lot of armor. Okay, little baby buff, let's say. Let's call it a little baby buff over here. But that 50 extra alpha, that will stack up, guys. That will stack up for sure. 10 shots per game and 10 hits or 10 pens per game. You already have 500 extra alpha, and that's 500... extra damage, I mean, and that is 500 extra damage worth of credits in your pocket, right? CS52C, man, I'm still gonna make, most likely, a video about this tank. I recently marked it, and when I free mark vehicles, free marking is many times very good. way to learn the vehicle, because you play it battle after battle, you get to know it a lot, and I got to know CS52C quite a lot. This tank is just trash. It honestly is simply trash. The gun is just so freaking unreliable. Top speed, mobility overall outside the turbine mode is unacceptable. It's just so bad. To see no gun handling buffs over here, I don't think this will do anything to CS52C. Yes, extra 50 alpha damage. Yes, extra 50 alpha damage to miss another shot with. Guys, that's how I see it. So this, I don't think it will change absolutely anything. At the same time, D54 heavy tank, however, now that's a different story, guys. Top speed, engine power, turret reverse speed, reload boost, gun handling buffs as well. Yeah, you know. Yeah. More important stats buffed, let's say, compared to CS. Is this going to make this meta? I don't think so. Rebalance the object 590. Dispersionary movement at hull traverse. Made better, but still horrible. Turret frontal armor. Acceptable. Aiming time. Still derpy, but take it. Turret rotation. Dispersion. Cool. Oh, time for reloading between shots. That's actually big. And also reload time buffs for the other shells as well. This is reverse autoloader. Okay. Okay. Dispersion is still garbage. Dispersion is still very, very garbage, but yeah, I like that. I like that on Object 590. And WZ114. Look at this space dispersion, guys, it had. 0.27, it's still garbage. Like, this is still garbage, right? But this was, oh my lord. The aim time, 3.9 seconds down to 3 seconds. You can take a nap while this tank aims in. But usually when it did aim in, it slapped. Dispersion after firing. Well, the reload time is like 25 seconds. This doesn't matter much, guys. This does not matter much. Okay, so premium vehicles, some very good changes like the VZ, FCM maybe as well, Panzer. Yeah, Panzer. Tiny things over here. Like the Panzer and CS basically got the same treatment, right? Panzer and got the same treatment. In this case, the gun handling is like, let's be polite over here. Let's say decent. In this case, the gun handling is garbage. It does nothing. Over here, it actually does something. Over here, it does nothing. All right, word of thanks 2.0. Wow. Wait, how long was this video? Oh my god, we are over 15 minutes already. Okay. Yeah. Massive rebalance. Some tier 10s back in action. Type 5. I want to test out 140. A lot of tier 10s actually, which I want to take out for a spin again after what I saw. Progetto as well. Guys, by the way, we survived to see a day where Progetto actually gets buffed, not nerfed. Interesting times we live in, right? Interesting times. E50M DPM buff as well. 1-to-1 got buffed. Yeah. What's your favorite thing you saw from this video today or from the article you're going to watch yourself as well? Please let me know in the comment section down below, guys. That is... I don't know how... I actually do not understand how the hell this video is 50 minutes already. I have to cut off now. Okay, guys, stay awesome. Stay tuned for more Word of Thanks 2.0 content. Stay tuned for more content overall. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed or thumbs down if you didn't. Leave a comment and I will catch you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.